The argument against this is, well, women's health issues are going to be, you're attacking, it's a war on women, and you're attacking women's health issues. You could take dollar for dollar, although I'm not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues. But if you took dollar for dollar, there are many extraordinarily fine organizations, community health organizations that exist, federally sponsored community health organizations to provide quality care for women on a wide variety of health issues. But abortion should not be funded by the government, any government in my mind.
Welcome back to Harvard. That was, of course, Jeb Bush questioning the need to spend $500 million on women's health issues. He later clarified it, saying, with regards to women's health funding, broadly, I misspoke, as there are countless community health centers, rural clinics, and other women's health organizations that need to be fully funded. But Hillary Clinton pounced on Jeb's gaffe, tweeting, Jeb Bush, you are absolutely unequivocally wrong. And last night in Denver, she dug in some more.
Jeb Bush said he's not sure we need $500 million for women's health issues. I'm reading it because I want to quote it exactly. Now, he's got no problem giving billions of dollars away to super wealthy and powerful corporations, but I guess women's health just isn't a priority for him. When you attack Planned Parenthood, you attack women's health. And when you attack women's health, you attack America's health. And the truth is, what Jeb said, the other Republican candidates believe too.
Well, Hillary's clearly shifting to a tougher stance, don't you think? She's calling out her rivals now by name and labeling them out of touch and out of date whenever she has the chance. For more on Hillary's new aggressive strategy, let's bring in our roundtable tonight. Jason Johnson is an NBC BLK contributor. Sabrina Siddiqui is a political reporter with The Guardian newspaper. Howard Fineman is global editor of The Huffington Post. Howard, she is getting tougher. She's calling out these people. This is no longer ignoring the Republicans. She's hitting them.
Well, I think she's doing it for several reasons. First of all, she does care about the women's issues. She's running more openly on women's issues this time. But I think, as you've always said, Chris, it's easier to get into the flow of a story than to start one yourself.
And this has been
all the attention's on the Republicans. She's getting in the mix on that. The other thing is she'd rather talk about Jeb Bush than Bernie Sanders, who's creeping up on her in Iowa and New Hampshire. She'd rather pick a fight on the Republican side than be drawn into mentioning her actual rival at this point.
Sabrina, is that true? She doesn't want to talk about Bernie, who's right on her tail up there in New Hampshire. I mean, really, within the margin of error, that's probably smart. But at some point, can she keep knocking Jeb? She's got to get in contention to face Jeb.
I think at some point you will see her taking more digs at Bernie Sanders and other Democratic rivals. Right now, she's still struggling with progressives who view her skeptically. But look, this is something that the Obama campaign tried in 2012 that worked really well for them. They didn't want the election to be a referendum on Obama. That's what Republicans wanted it to be. So they turned it into a choice election, a substantive policy debate, and keeping intact the Obama coalition of voters, the key demographics, women, minorities. That's what she's doing.
Jason, why would a guy say that we should spend less money on women's health when everybody knows that women's health has been shortchanged by the way health? Even I read the other day that men set the room temperature because they're wearing suits. The three of us are wearing suits. She's wearing lighter clothes. And the fact is, we would like the temperature to be a lot lower. And women say, I'm cold in here. Of course you're cold. But men get to set that thermometer. And certainly on health care, the money is going to men's things.
Exactly. Look, this is why Jeb's out of practice. Okay, that's why he keeps saying these sorts of things. The guy is out of practice. And Hillary Clinton, you can't avoid attacking somebody if you keep fumbling on the 1 yard line. I'm going to run it in eventually. And I think Jeb has consistently said things in gaffes that allow Hillary Clinton to practice being witty and engaging and attacking because he keeps giving her the opportunity.
She picks up the fumble. Anyway, last week, Hillary took Jeb Bush to task over health care, the minimum wage, education, and voting rights. Let's watch.
I don't think you can credibly say that everyone has a right to rise and then say you're for phasing out Medicare or for repealing Obamacare. People can't rise if they can't afford health care. They can't rise if the minimum wage is too low to live on. They can't rise if their governor makes it harder for them to get a college education. And you cannot seriously talk about the right to rise and support laws that deny the right to vote.
So has it begun? I want to start with Sabrina again. Is this campaign started between her and Jeb Bush? Does she think Jeb Bush is going to be the nominee? I'm heavily in doubt on that subject. To go back to an old regular Whig of the old Whig party, basically a Bush, this revolutionary attitude of the Republican Party with everybody yelling and screaming. You go back to the same old Bushes again? Why is she campaigning against the guy who may not even be there next year?
She's gone most aggressively after Jeb Bush, so it does seem that the campaign believes that he is a likely nominee. She's also gone after Scott Walker and Marco Rubio. I think those are the three candidates she thinks she is most likely to face. See, they're the ones that she's called out by name repeatedly.
Is she afraid to do the other guy?
I think she's afraid.
You go after Trump?
Yeah,
Trump would just love this slammer.
He would eviscerate her. And Hillary Clinton is not quick enough.
He's got nothing to lose.
Exactly. He's got nothing to lose. And plus, and I think at the Urban League, she knew that Jeb was following her, and she wanted him to be like the person who follows like a Prince guitar solo. Like, she wanted him to come out and have nothing to say to the audience. Like a Prince guitar solo. You know, Prince.
Oh, Prince. Oh, yeah. The guy formerly known as Prince.
Yeah, formerly known.
Anyway, the roundtable's sticking with us, and up next, the do's and don'ts of debate. This is Hardball, the place for politics.